Jahan Dotson might not be the biggest receiver in the 2022 NFL draft class, but he finds ways to get open, can run after the catch, and has good lateral quickness. He's a fantastic zone receiver. He understands how to find soft spots in the defense and is quarterback friendly by working back to the ball and making himself available on scramble drills. He has consistent hands and wins at the point of the catch, but at 5'11 and 183 pounds, he can struggle with physical and long corners. And while he's reportedly run a 4.33 40-yard dash, that speed doesn't really show up on film, and he has trouble winning over the top and creating vertical separation. Dotson has really consistent hands. He routinely plucks the ball out of the air and makes his quarterback look good. He's not afraid to make catches over the middle of the field or in traffic, which makes him a great option at slot in the NFL. It is incredibly important for smaller receivers to be able to make catches outside of their frame and give their quarterback a bigger target. And Dotson does just that. Dotson also makes sure to work back towards the ball on intermediate routes, which prevents the defender from making a play on the ball and ensures that he makes the catches that are available to him. Dotson also does a good job of feeling the soft spots on defense. He throttles down in open space, he can read coverages and find ways to get open. He's a great receiver to build chemistry with for third downs in important situations because he just always finds space. Here on a mesh concept, Dotson reads that the defense is in zone coverage, which tells him not to continue his route across the field. Instead, he has to settle in the soft spot of the zone outside the tackles, and that prevents him from running into the flat defenders waiting for him outside. And these kind of coverage reads are common in the NFL and are essential for receivers to have success. When Jahan Dotson gets a clean release, he uses good route technique once he's into the play. He understands how to work leverage and stems and get onto the toes of the defensive back. Here on a chair route, he makes sure to push vertically and get the defender on their heels before snapping it off and continuing across the field. Despite running a reported 4.33 40 though, Dotson doesn't separate vertically on film. Even on double moves or against press coverage, he doesn't run by guys in the secondary. He's much more explosive in and out of breaks than he is at using his straight line speed, which for a guy that's being projected at the end of the first round, it's a little bit of a problem. We'll see how he does at the combine, but it's a red flag to me that his measurables aren't matching the film. Dotson also struggles with his smaller frame and defeating jams. When he's already in his route, he's excellent at removing hands and staying on his line, but when there's a corner walked up on him at the line of scrimmage, he can really struggle. And against NFL caliber corners, he just wasn't strong enough or disciplined enough with his hands. He let corners get into his body and struggled to remove them once they got a piece of him. Lastly, Dotson can struggle at times with route tempo. As a general rule of thumb, when corners are playing patient, you want to be the aggressor. When they're aggressive, you want to be patient. Off the line, Dotson gives the corner some foot fire, but they're playing patiently and waiting for him to declare his move. However, Dotson continues his foot fire and never really threatens the corner. The corner just collects him and easily removes him on the RPO look from Penn State. Jahan Dotson has some promising traits as a slot receiver. He has consistent hands and is great at finding ways to get open in zones. He's good at the underneath and intermediate levels and excels at change of direction routes. And those traits combined with what's expected to be a good 40 time could cause a team to reach for him in the first round. I view him as more of a day 2 prospect with a mid-level ceiling. He needs some polish in his route running and the speed has to translate on film. If he can become more consistent in those things, he can be a reliable weapon that will fit into almost any offensive system at the NFL level. Hey guys, I appreciate you watching all the way through. Make sure you drop a comment. Let me know someone, a scheme, idea, person who you want to see broken down here in the future. I'm also releasing a speaking football course that goes over the basics of the language of football, what techniques are, what alignments are. So if you're interested in that, check out the link in the description.